Joker 2 is smashing all sorts of records, but not the ones you want on your resume. This film has become the most expensive Joker installment to date, and it managed to snag a lovely D rating from CinemaScore, which is the lowest score ever for a comic book movie. That's right, it beat the previous champion of bad ratings, the 2015 Fantastic Four, which only managed to scrape by with a C-. Talk about setting the bar low. The original Joker wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon. Grossing over $1.074 billion worldwide against a modest budget of $55 million, it earned a staggering 1,900% return on investment. With numbers like that, it's no wonder everyone thought Folie à Deux would fly even higher. The sequel, however, had a significantly larger budget, around $150 million, making it the most expensive Joker film to date. But here's where things went south. It opened with only about $37 million in North America and $77 million worldwide during its opening weekend, totaling roughly $114.8 million globally. That's a massive drop, folks.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
We went from 1 billion served to better luck next time. If Joker was the life of the party, Folie à Deux showed up late, empty-handed, and knocked over the punch bowl. Audiences expected a spectacle, but all they got was a disappointing sequel. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the musical element. People expected dark and gritty storytelling, but instead, we got a production number that felt more like Broadway than Gotham. Can you imagine the Joker belting out show tunes while Gotham burns? It's not quite the sinister vibe we signed up for. The sudden shift to a musical format left many fans scratching their heads, wondering if they accidentally walked into a completely different theater. If you went to see a horror movie but ended up in a dance recital, you'd be a bit miffed, wouldn't you?
No! That's your new philosophy, huh?
Yes!
And lastly, controversy. Look, Joker 1 was a masterclass in towing the line between wow, that's deep, and wait, is this encouraging violent lunatics? So naturally, people were waiting to pounce on Joker 2 for any tiny misstep. In today's world, a movie can sink faster than a lead balloon just by offending the wrong crowd. And when your main character is a literal madman, that risk is baked into the cake. It doesn't matter if the movie was a masterpiece, some people were ready to throw tomatoes before it even hit the theaters. Most people weren't exactly raving about Joker. Folie à Deux, but a few are calling it genius. They argue the film cleverly pulls fans of the original movie into the story through Lady Gaga's character. Think about it. Her character loved the first Joker, thought it was the greatest movie ever, and expected something totally unique from Arthur. But in the sequel, after seeing Joker from a different perspective, she's left disappointed. The disappointment of her character almost mirrors how audiences felt walking out of theaters. It's even reflected in that courtroom scene where people start leaving just like the actual audience during the screenings. Some fans are even saying the real Joker in this situation is Todd Phillips. He got his big payday while leaving Warner Brothers in the red. That's what happens when you skip pre-screenings and give the director full control. There's almost something darkly ironic about this whole mess. It's like Phillips was trolling all of us from behind the camera. Joker 2 tried to juggle a ton of risks: musicals, high expectations, a worn-out audience, and Gaga stepping into Margot Robbie's iconic shoes. And somewhere along the way, it dropped the ball hard. Does that mean it was a bad movie? Not necessarily. But when you take creative risks, sometimes they pay off, and sometimes they flop harder than me trying to do math on the spot. So if you're planning to see Joker 2, don't expect a gritty masterpiece. Expect a strange musical with a clown trying to figure out if he's in a tragedy or a Broadway show. Thanks for watching, fellow citizens of Gotham. Like, subscribe, and maybe we'll dissect the next franchise disaster together. Until then, stay chaotic.